From Kern Government Television, welcome to this week's Kern County Board of Supervisors meeting, originating from the County Administrative Center located at 1115 Truxtun Avenue, Bakersfield, California. Kern County's vision is to create and maintain a customer-centered county government designed to garner the confidence, support, and trust of the people we serve. Today's Kern County Board of Supervisors meeting will convene momentarily.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the 2 p.m. session of the Kern County Board of Supervisors on this, the 5th day of June, 2018. The board will reconvene. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Supervisor Gleason. Supervisor Scribner.
Here.
Supervisor Maggard.
Here.
Supervisor Couch.
Here.
Supervisor Perez.
Here.
We have a report to be given on actions taken in closed session, and we're going to be given that report today by our Deputy County Counsel, Margot Rezan. Good morning, or good afternoon, Ms. Rezan.
Good afternoon. Chairman Maggard, members of the board, your board did meet in closed session, but there is nothing to report.
Thank you. We have a number of items on consent. Consent items are indicated on your agenda with a CA above the item number. They are considered to be routine and non-controversial by staff, so typically they are voted on all at once. If you have a question about any item on the consent calendar, I'll offer you an opportunity in a moment to ask those questions, and then it'll be up to a member of the board if they would like to pull any items from consent for separate consideration. So let's go over those consent items. They start on page 2 of our afternoon agenda with item number 5. Then on page 3, items 6, 7, and 8. I need to read into the record that for both items 7 and item 8, the recommended action is to continue to Tuesday, June 12, 2018. Instead of Tuesday, June 12, it needs to read Tuesday, July 10th. So item 7 is to be continued till Tuesday, July 10, and item 8 is also to be continued to Tuesday, July 10. Then on the next page, items 9 through 13. On page 5, all the items 14 through 21. On page 6, all the items 22 through 29. On page 7, all the items 30 through 34. However, item number 30 also needs to be corrected. Instead of the recommended action about having the hearing today and whatnot, is going to be instead continued to Tuesday, June 19, 2018 at our 2 p.m. session. So the next page is all the items 35 through 41. On the next page, all the items 42 through 48. And finally, on page 10, items 49 through 54. Are there any members of the public that has a question about anything that's on consent? I don't see anyone, so I'll return to the board with those corrections of those 3 items. Colleagues, is there anybody want to pull anything, or is there a motion to proceed with the consent agenda and then adjourn as the Board of Supervisors and reconvene as the Kern Sanitation Authority?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Please cast your votes. Thank you.
Motion is approved. All ayes.
Thank you. Next, on page 2 of our agenda, we are now sitting as the Kern Sanitation Authority, and there is one item on consent for that. That is item number 1, a proposed contract with Griffith Company. Are there any questions about that item? I don't see any, so I would ask then for a motion from the board that we approve the consent item for the Kern Sanitation Authority and then adjourn as the Kern Sanitation Authority, reconvene as the Ford City-Taft Heights Sanitation District.
So moved.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Please cast your votes.
Motion is approved. All ayes.
Thank you. Now we are sitting as the Ford City-Taft Heights Sanitation District, and there is one item on consent. It's item C2 on page 2 of our agenda. Are there any questions about that matter? Then I would ask the board to please indicate if they have any questions, and if not, then could you please approve the consent item C2 for the Ford City-Taft Heights Sanitation District, and then adjourn as the Ford City-Taft Heights Sanitation District and reconvene as the Board of Supervisors.
So moved. Second.
Thank you. Please cast your votes.
Motion is approved. All ayes.
Thank you very much. We are now sitting again as the Kern County Board of Supervisors. We offer an opportunity at each of our meetings for the public to come and talk to us about anything that is not otherwise on our agenda. We offer 2 minutes for that opportunity. Does anybody here this afternoon want to say anything to us about anything that's not otherwise on consent? Please give us your name. You have 2 minutes.
Good afternoon, Supervisors. My name's David Abbasi, and I'm here on behalf of Central Valley Citizens for Responsible Government and myself. I'm a native of Bakersfield, and I love my hometown. I'm here today to talk about the cannabis issue and regarding voting on the cannabis issue. There are 3 competing initiatives now circulating for signatures, and 2 of them allow the board to basically get their monopoly plans or wishes through way of the voters. That would be the Eilenberg-Godinez initiative and the Ganong initiative. And so, you know, I wanted to thank Supervisor Perez, and as she was quoted as saying, she was ashamed that she allowed, that special interest groups were allowed to influence this board. And she abstained from voting on any cannabis issues, and I am very thankful that she's trying to restore trust in and faith in our local government. And I think her recommendation, I go along with that Mr. Maggard, Chairman Maggard, also abstain from voting on any cannabis-related issues. You know, so we don't have any more of those conflicts of interest. I personally would like to see the special interests removed from the decision-making process here in local government, and, you know, well, in the world for that matter, but it starts, you know, here. And that's how, you know, it is. So I really appreciate you guys taking that and also considering previous votes on cannabis issues as well, you know, as it wouldn't be fair to only go after some people and not others. And also I would like to have Green Cross, which was removed, which was forced to move twice in 2012 and again in last year. We would like to be back on the list and not have to be forced to move again or close. Thank you so much.
Mr. Bossi, your time has expired. Mr. Bossi has come forward and made allegations a number of times, never offered a shred of proof, just repeated rumors that have no substance and no basis. So there you go. Is there anybody else who would like to make a comment to us this afternoon? Good afternoon. Please give us your name for the record. Nice to see you.
How you doing, Supervisor Maggard? Supervisors, I'm Chad Garcia, local veteran. I'm in the neighborhood. The memorial was vandalized again, second time in 8 months. Supervisor Gleason, I wasn't aware that you were a veteran until recently. Thank you for your service. Our memorial, our brothers and sisters memorial, was vandalized again. I'm not pointing any blame here at all, but there's no security there. There's the cameras, they're trying to find out if they're even on. It's kind of a big deal for me. I don't know any of the names on there personally, but I know the families. And right now, voting, we're all voting today. I haven't voted yet. The compromise I made as my wife was that I'd wait until later. You know, I have to compromise with her to make my life easy. You know what I mean? So, as a voting citizen of this county, you know, and what I've seen in this election cycle is absolutely no compromise. Some of the things I've heard, some of the things I've seen, we need to do better than that. Kern County is better than that. And I'm just a small voice. I don't really do and say much. I speak for the veteran community, and I would like to get involved somehow. I mean, if you need somebody to man that county war memorial, hire me. I'll do it. But I want to see our citizens come together and stop being divisive. It's going to destroy us. And I didn't go to war to come back and contribute to that. And I try really hard not to. But I respect everybody up on this board and some of the issues that I've heard that during this election season I'd like to get more active on. And I guess what I'm just trying to say is we can do better, and we are doing better slowly but surely. And thank each and every one of you for your contribution to the community. Thank you for your service. And if you ever need a veteran to help with anything, you know where to find me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Garcia, for sharing your concern. It is a travesty that the memorial was vandalized. I would urge you to go to City Council as well. The arrangement we have with the City Council is the county paid for a great deal of the building of the facility, but it's maintained on city property and whatnot. So it is a travesty. We should look into it and do something about it, but I urge you to have a conversation with City Council about that.
I will. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else here this afternoon that would like to make comment to us? Okay, I'm going to close the public's opportunity to make comment. Oh, Supervisor Perez.
Thank you, Chair.
Sorry, I didn't see your name there.
Mr. Garcia, thank you. I would like to connect you with Willie Rivera at the City Council. He's a great partner to the county and understands the county-city jurisdictional differences very well and likes to move past some of the ways in which those things may not make government work as well as it could. And so there are some limitations. Our chairman alluded to some of them. But certainly, I think when we sit down and work through what that protection of that memorial that's so vital to all of us looks like, I think we'll find good things there and a good partnership. So I would like to connect you with Councilman Rivera. I think he'll take action on that, and I think other council people will too. So thank you for being here, for your service, and for bringing this to our attention. Thank you.
Okay, are there any members of the board that would like to make a comment or report to us this afternoon? I don't see anyone. Madam Clerk, I believe that's everything on our agenda for the afternoon, is it not? There is nothing else off of consent, so we will welcome you to join us on Tuesday, June 12, 9 a.m. in this room for our next session. And with no other business before us, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Thank you very much. Without objection, so ordered.